Most men live in the illusion of change. They talk about it. They think about it. They imagine a future where they are stronger, wealthier, more respected. But talk is cheap. Thinking means nothing. And imagination doesn't change reality. The difference between men who rise and men who stay the same. One takes action, the other makes excuses. Most men tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, that they just need more time, more certainty, more motivation. But tomorrow never comes. There is no perfect moment. There is no easy way. And those who wait for the right conditions die waiting. Discipline is the only way forward. It's not about feelings. It's not about inspiration. It's about doing what must be done, no matter how you feel, no matter what stands in your way. Weak men hope for change. Strong men force it. A man who waits for motivation is a man controlled by his emotions. He moves when he feels like it. He works when he's inspired. He chases his goals only when it's convenient. And that's why he never gets anywhere. Because feelings are unreliable. Inspiration fades. Convenience is a lie. Discipline is the only thing that lasts. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't wait for motivation. It moves relentlessly, with or without comfort. The strongest men understand this. So they don't hesitate, they don't negotiate, they don't wait for permission. They act, they build, they win. But most men, they hesitate, they overthink, they wait for guarantees, and because of that, they stay the same. If you want to change, stop waiting, stop thinking, stop searching for the easy way. Accept the truth. Change is painful, discipline is uncomfortable, and success demands sacrifice. You either embrace it or you stay where you are. Comfort is a trap. It lulls men into believing they have time, that they can take it easy, that tomorrow will always be there to start fresh. But the truth? Every moment spent in comfort is a moment lost in weakness. Most men want to grow, but they don't want to suffer. They want success without struggle, rewards without effort. And because of that, they never move forward. They wake up in the same place, year after year, wondering why nothing has changed. Growth is painful. It requires sacrifice. It demands more than most are willing to give. If you want to be strong, you must push through when your body tells you to stop. If you want to be successful, you must outwork everyone around you. If you want to be respected, you must earn it every single day. Most men aren't willing to suffer. That's why they never grow. They choose distractions over discipline. They waste time on things that bring temporary pleasure but leave them empty. They convince themselves they're too tired, too busy, too unlucky. And they believe the lie that there will always be time later. But later never comes. And weakness always catches up. The men who rise, they embrace the suffering. They understand that every rep, every late night, every hard decision is shaping them into something greater. They don't run from the pain. They use it. Because pain is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Every man must make a choice. Stay comfortable and stay weak, or suffer now and build something unbreakable. And most will choose comfort. Most will take the easy way. Most will stay exactly where they are. The question is, will you? Excuses are a shield for the weak. They use them to justify why they haven't moved forward, why they aren't where they want to be, why success is always just out of reach. They tell themselves the timing isn't right, the circumstances are unfair, the world is against them. And as they wait for the perfect moment, they waste time that will never come back. A disciplined man doesn't waste time explaining why he failed. He doesn't blame the system, other people, or the past. He looks at himself, at his choices, at his effort, and he makes adjustments. If he fails, he doesn't ask for sympathy. He asks what he can do better. If he stumbles, he doesn't look for someone to pick him up. He stands on his own. If he loses, he He doesn't complain. He finds another way to win. Weak men fear failure because they think it defines them. Strong men embrace failure because they know it refines them. Every man will face obstacles. Every man will fall short at some point. But only the strong turn failure into fuel. Only the strong use setbacks as stepping stones. Only the strong understand that excuses don't change reality. Actions do. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, luck, or talent. It's discipline. One keeps moving forward, no matter what. The other searches for a reason to stop. You can't win by standing still. You can't grow by avoiding difficulty. And you can't become the man you're meant to be by making excuses. Every excuse is a step backward. Every action is a step forward. The choice is yours. But remember this, while you're explaining why you haven't moved, someone else is already miles ahead. Most men believe they need the perfect moment, the right mindset, or a sudden surge of inspiration before they take action. They wait for motivation, like it's some magical force that will push them forward. And that's why they never start. Motivation is unreliable. It's fleeting. It's there one moment and gone the next. It rises with excitement and disappears. The second things get difficult. If you depend on motivation, you will always be at the mercy of your emotions. Some days you'll feel ready. Most days you won't. And that's when the weak stop moving. Discipline is what separates those who get things done from those who wait for the right time. The disciplined don't ask themselves how they feel. They don't negotiate with their excuses. They act because they have decided to act, because they committed to something bigger than their fleeting emotions. You don't train because you feel like it. You don't build because inspiration struck you in the middle of the night. You do it because it must be done. You do it because you made a decision. And strong men follow through on their decisions, no matter how they feel. Weak men wait for motivation. They chase it, hoping one day it will stay with them. But it never does. Because motivation doesn't create success. Action does. Strong men don't wait. They don't rely on feelings. They wake up, they work, they grind, and they push forward, regardless of whether they feel like it or not, because they know that waiting will get them nowhere. Most men waste years waiting to be inspired. They wait to feel ready. And all that waiting turns into wasted time. The disciplined man, he moves forward even when it's hard. He takes action even when it's uncomfortable. And because of that, he wins. If you want results, stop waiting for motivation. Get up, get moving, get to work, because in the end, the men who wait are left behind. The men who act, they take everything. Change is expensive. It demands more than most men are willing to give. They want transformation, but they don't want to sacrifice the habits, comforts, and mindsets that keep them weak. And because of that, they stay the same. Becoming the man you're meant to be requires leaving the old version of yourself behind. That means cutting off distractions, abandoning excuses, and walking away from everything that no longer fits the future you're trying to build. But most men hesitate. They cling to the familiar, even when it's the very thing holding them back. They say they want success, but they won't sacrifice the laziness that keeps them stagnant. They say they want power, but they won't give up the comforts that weaken them. They say they want results, but they refuse to pay the price of discipline, consistency, and effort. Change is not free. It takes time. It takes struggle. It takes discomfort. And it takes the hardest payment of all, letting go of the version of yourself that no longer serves you. Weak men fear that cost. They would rather stay the same than endure the pain of transformation. But strong men, they embrace it. They know that every step forward requires something to be left behind. The man who stays where he is, who refuses to change, will always be ruled by those who do. He will watch others rise while he remains trapped in his old ways. He will look back in regret, realizing that the price of staying the same was far greater than the price of change. You either pay now, or you pay later. But the cost of staying the same is always higher. Discipline is the line that separates the strong from the weak, the successful from the forgotten. It is not talent, luck, or opportunity that determines who wins. It is the ability to do what must be done, whether you feel like it or not. Most men fail, not because they lack potential, but because they wait. They wait for motivation, for the perfect time, for an easier path. They wait until it's too late. They let excuses shield them from discomfort. Let fear keep them from stepping forward. Let laziness convince them that tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow never changes unless you do. Discipline is not about feeling ready. It is about moving forward when every part of you wants to stop. It is about making decisions based on commitment, not convenience. It is about proving day after day that you are stronger than your weaknesses. Control yourself, and you control your destiny. Master your mind, and you master your life. So don't ask if change is possible. Don't wonder if success is within reach. The real question is, are you disciplined enough to make it happen? Because in the end, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the work you're willing to do.